Yo, what's going on? It's Joe, back here again with another vid here on Joe Talks. And yeah, today we're going to talk about a topic where, hey, is Trump really fit to be president? I'm going to be honest, and I'm talking about physically, not mentally. I'll say this, Trump has for his age, he over 80, right? For his age and to be doing what he's doing nonstop, especially what he's doing with this presidency so far, just boom, 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 constant, go, 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 and then, so I'm filming this right after Labor Day. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload this, but yeah, and as y'all know, stuff got a little weird during this, during the week leading up to Labor Day and the weekend. Trump was kind of MIA, not gonna lie. And for those of y'all who don't know, Trump is normally known for going live, probably 5-6 times a week, announcing something. But the whole week leading up to Labor Day and Labor Day weekend, nothing. And then for those of y'all who don't know, he does have a heart condition. It's not a good one. It's where you have blood clots. I forgot what it's called. For those of y'all who don't know, you can look it up and boom, it'll come up. But yeah, he has some heart condition to where he has blood clots. His hands are bruising easily. Blood's pooling up in his hands and his ankles. His ankles are like, man, hey, have y'all seen his ankles? His ankles look crazy, man. I know that has to hurt, man. And come to think of it, he's not even in his first year. So, and then also with what he does, flying back and forth nonstop, boom, boom, man, I'm surprised, man. He need to watch out, bro. He need to lay off them fish fillets and Big Macs, man, and Diet Cokes. Real talk, man. But yeah, hey, this dude pushing 80, if not over 80. I can't remember how old he exactly is, but yeah, man, and to be doing what he's doing, crazy. But I'll say this though, I'd rather have a physically unfit president than a mentally unfit president, because we already seen what a mentally unfit president does. So, yeah, I do not want one of those ever again in office. I'm just being honest. And honestly, he wasn't even the one running the country. Let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, and going forward, they should honestly do this going forward. There should be an age limit, in my opinion, for president. No one over 75. I'm gonna be honest. No one over 75. Say you run and you're like 74, then that's fine. But past 75, no. Or if not 75, at least 80, because that's old, man. And then they should also do a fitness test, and a mental test, because like I said, we already seen what a mentally unfit president can do, and then now we got a president that's physically unfit, that has heart problems and everything. So it's like, I feel like there should just be an overall test to become president. Before you even run on the campaign. Honestly, before you even run on the campaign, everyone should get tested. Everyone should get a physical test and a mental test. And if everything comes back good, all right, run on the campaign. Boom. They shouldn't wait until they get elected and get in office and then start doing checks on them. No, that's stupid. Like, dude. So, but I'll say this, like I said a couple minutes ago, I'd rather have a unfit president that's mentally sharp than a president that's, physically fit and not mentally sharp. Because, hey, let's be honest, we already saw what the last 4 years was, a disaster. I'm keeping it honest. And for those of y'all that say it wasn't a disaster, then hey, please wake up, pull your head out of your ass. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, it's kind of serious. And then obviously, if Trump ends up stepping down, I don't see him ever stepping down. The only way I see him not being president is if he somehow passes away. Say he has a heart attack, God forbid. I'm gonna be honest, God forbid. Say he has a heart attack or something, and JD has to take over. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't like politicians, man. Like I said in previous vids, politicians are stupid. Politicians are idiots. They're morons, Hey, like look at the country. 37, almost 40 trillion in debt. That's just dumb management right there. And you're and we're the United States, and we're in that much debt. Like, come on, dude. Makes no sense. So yeah, I'm not a fan of politicians. I think they're all stupid. I only like Trump because, hey, he's not a politician. He a real estate guy. He an investor guy. You know, he didn't grow up. He didn't grow up his whole life, you know, in politics. You know, he sat and watched from afar how these idiots ran the country, and eventually got sick of it. You know, and said he had to do it himself. It was really, honestly, I'm curious if he would have even ran, man. I feel like Obama forced him to run. For those of y'all who don't know, Obama clowned Trump. I think it was at the dinner that they do. I think it was at the dinner they do or whatever. I think it was during Obama's second term. Obama was clowning him, saying, "Oh, can you believe this guy? Talk about running for president, like." And then, hey, look at him, boom, got elected that next year. So yeah, I feel like Obama pushed him, man. You know, so I don't know, but in my opinion, man, say Trump does pass away, you know, hopefully he doesn't. You know, hopefully he gets through his term. You know, and JD has to take over. I'm not a fan of JD. Like I said, I'm not a fan of no politicians. They're all stupid. They all ran this country into the ground. You know, Republican or Democrat, man. Hey, like I said, they're both stupid. Just the Democrats are just lost in outer space somewhere. They're a whole nother kind of stupid. But yeah, both parties are stupid. You know, I just agree with the things Trump is doing. You know, and hey, let's keep it real for a minute. You'll never see another president like this, unless another real estate guy or money guy runs and gets elected. You won't ever see a guy like this before. Say whatever he wants to say. You know, say the truth. You know, I'm not going to say that everything he says is the truth, but most of what he talks about is the truth, you know, that people don't want to hear, you know. And then, hey, that's the thing now with, you know, this generation and with these woke people. They don't understand facts. They don't understand actual, like, proof of things. They just think everything, you know, should go their way. And that's another thing, man. The government, you know, so the last 4 years, the government tried to be our friends, you know, push all this stupid stuff, you know. So it felt like the last 4 years, the administration was just trying to, you know, keep, you know, literally everyone happy, you know, which ended up keeping no one happy but these woke lunatics. But yeah, overall, the government should be doing what this administration is doing. The government should be, you know, the government shouldn't be trying to make everyone happy. Their job is to run a country. Their job is to protect its citizens, help its citizens out, and set their citizens up to succeed. You know, it's not supposed to, a government is not supposed to be your friend. What is it? They're not supposed to be your friend. They're not supposed to, just, I don't even know, man. It's just like the last 4 years were so crazy. I'm just saying. But yeah, the government is supposed to protect, defend, and help its citizens out. It's not supposed to make life harder on its citizens and not protect its citizens. Because initially what was happening, we were pretty much downsizing our military the last 4 years. What? And you got Russia going crazy. You got China going crazy, you know. South Korea is about to get back, or not South Korea, North Korea, Kim Jong-un about to get back in the mix, and they were trying to downsize the military the last 4 years. No, that's not how a government's supposed to work. It's not. But hey, just hopefully Trump doesn't, pass away. Like I said before, I'm not a fan of JD. If anyone should take over, I would say Marco Rubio, honestly. For those of y'all who don't know who Marco Rubio is, do some research on him. He's like I said, I don't truly trust any politicians, but, say I had to, I would trust him more than Vance. I'm just being honest, So, that's pretty much all I had to say. Kind of crazy to think, that Trump might not make it through his full term, because it ain't even been a full year yet. And he looks, I'm not going to lie, like the press conferences, hey, he could put on as much makeup as he want. Oh, and then another thing, to hide his bruise on his hand, he puts makeup on it. And then he obviously puts makeup on his face, Honestly, man, he been looking kind of worn down. I'm being honest. So Hey, we'll just have to wait and see. I hope nothing crazy happens, but you never know. Like I said, there needs to be a mental and physical test to become president, and an age limit too. Make the age limit like 75, 80, because say you're up there in age and you're healthy, you're mentally sharp, you're physically fit. Well, not really physically fit, but physically, just healthy. You like you ain't got to be like RFK Jr. over here, doing some crazy shit. And to be honest, man, I feel like he on some roids. If not roids, for sure testosterone. Cause hey, man, he keeping up with Pete Hegseth and the military guys for their training. Ain't no way, man. But anyways, before I get too far off topic, I'm gonna wrap the vid up. Say you guys enjoyed the vid, like, subscribe if you did, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.